What's up, y'all? So I'm just gonna make a quick little video because I had some comments like like this in my YouTube video on my most one of my most recent workout videos. I'm just gonna basically explain and address it. So as you can see, I'll show a video in display. For example, on my lat pull down, you notice how I'm not going all the way up, nor am I going all the way down. I'm doing this because think about it like this. Where okay, so a lat pull down is a lat movement, correct? We can all agree on that. It is a lat movement. It hits your lats. So, and that is also the primary focus of a lat pull down. It's your lats. That's why the lat is in the workout. That's why it's in the name, you feel me? But besides the point. Think about it like this. This use a little common sense. What I call common sense. Where do you think in a lat pull down your lats have the most leverage? Where basically meaning they have the most activation? Here, 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 just at 90 degrees, or here. You can go through the motions. Where do you feel your lats really the most? The correct answer is right here. Anything above 120 degrees, your lats lose leverage and you're using a lot more of your lower chest and just chest, etc. to pull it down. You go here, you're using a lot more of your biceps because you're kind of like squeezing your arms right here, which is what you would do in a curl. What I try to do in my workouts is I try to pick a movement, stick to a movement, and maximize all I can get. I'm not saying by not doing that you can't get gains. I'm just saying that I'm there to maximize my time. You know what I mean? I understand if you're a little confused and be like, hey, just stop being a bitch and just do it the right way. But I just explained it pretty well there. I'll show another example. On my shoulder head press, right here, I'll show an example. There's a reason why especially I just recently started doing this in my most recent workout video. There's a reason why I don't go anywhere below 90 degrees and I don't press up. See, on a shoulder press, we all know it's a front delt exercise, correct? So I explained this in one of my videos before, but I'll explain it again. When you go anywhere lower than 90 degrees on a shoulder press, the first half, not the first half, but like the first quarter of the movement, you have to actually bring it to 90 degrees. So you're raising your arm up like this. This and this is the same thing. And we all know that a movement like this hits your side delt, not your front delt. We're talking about shoulder press here. So obviously, you're trying your best to avoid, you know, you're trying your best to really avoid targeting any other muscle and like letting it assist you on the muscle you're actually trying to focus. For this example, we're doing a shoulder head press. So why would you want your, let's say like your side lateral head of your shoulder to assist you on a front delt exercise when you're trying to focus on that? Does that kind of make sense? And then the top half, it's a press. So obviously any pressing movement, you're going to be using your triceps. That's why there's tricep press, et cetera, et cetera. So instead of going up here and using my triceps, and like I said before, common sense. You don't want your triceps to be a limiting factor on a front delt exercise. It just doesn't really make sense. If you really want to train your triceps and strengthen them, then just isolate it and train it by itself. It might take more time, but it's more effective, no? I had to fucking decline a call. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like you can't do this to build muscle. Like, you know what I mean? Work out how you want to work out. Don't let me tell you how to work out. I'm just explaining why I do the things that I do. Hope that clear things up. And of course, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to DM me. I love explaining. I love talking.